Such a pleasure and honor to be here and to spend some time with you and to share some thoughts with you and be very humbled to be here. I want you to answer a question for me. How many have some major goals you want to achieve? Raise your hands. Very good. I want you to shake someone's hand on your right and left, look them in the eyes and say sincerely and with conviction, you have something special. Do that quickly, please. Say, you have something special. Yes. I ask that question, and I always do that when I'm speaking to audiences. And I was so excited when I saw the presentation that Katrina had put together. Let's give all those performers a nice round of applause for the skit. The heartfelt story that was delivered by Danny, that I felt as I was listening and standing backstage, an example that anything's possible. I ask you to shake someone's hand on your right and left and say that you have something special. I want to share something with you. You have something special. I don't know you, but here's what I know about you. That you have greatness within you. There are abilities and talents and gifts you have in you that you don't even know. I'm going to share with you a process on how you can access that. How you can begin to manifest the millionaire in you, the billionaire in you. I want you to think about some 3 major goals that you want to achieve with your life. And I want you to be clear about what those goals are. I want you to think about some personal goal that you want to achieve. Whatever that is, I want you to visualize that. My first personal goal was to buy my mother a home. I was born in an abandoned building on a floor in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City with a twin brother. And Wesley and I were adopted by Mrs. Mamie Brown. Then she adopted 5 other children. We were one of 7 children. I was one of 7. And Mama was 46 the time she did that. 3rd grade education. But a driven woman like Katrina, who's a single mother, entrepreneur, who had a mindset of making it happen no matter what. And my goal and dream as a child was, I couldn't wait to become 18 because my mother said, when you turn 18, you're going to be a man. And my mother taught me that a man provides and protects. That a woman's not supposed to pay bills. So I couldn't wait to become a man so I could tell my mother to sit down so she would never have to ever pay another bill because a man provides and protects. I wanted to buy her a home. I wanted to, when she got old, I wanted to be able to take care of her. I wanted to be able to do more than... And I told her, when you get old, Mama, I'm going to take care of you. How many have somebody special you like to do something for? Good. I want you to think about them right now. I'm going to show you how you can do that. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You have a power in you. And I'm going to show you how you can use that power, things that I've learned over the past few years that will transform your life. Now I want you to think about your financial goals. And I want you to think of a figure that you want to generate. Pull it up in your mind right now. And whatever that goal is, I want you to increase it 10 times that. And some of you said, wow. That's what I want you to say, wow, when you look at it. And here's what I want to warn you. Here's what I want to warn you. That is, that don't ask yourself how you're going to do it. How you're going to do it is none of your business. My favorite book says, lean not unto thine own understanding, and all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Don't you worry about how. You leave that alone. That's none of your business. I found that most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss. Most people fail in life because it's just like I was. They aim too low and hit. What I'm doing, I could have been doing it much longer. For 14 years, I didn't do it. I would go see Zig Ziglar, the late Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, who wrote The Power of Positive Thinking. And I'd go see Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn. And my mind and heart would say, I can do that. My heart would say, I can do that. And then I would ask myself, how would you do that, Les Brown? You don't have a college education. How would you do that, Les Brown? You've never worked for a major corporation. What do you have that somebody want to hear? And that kept me stuck on the sidelines for 14 years. I wasn't a player. I was just a spectator. So that's why I don't want you to put a dollar figure, because I'm going to share some stuff with you. Because what you have earned up to this point is only a tip of the iceberg of what you're going to earn or what I'm going to share with you. Now, the third thing I want you to do is I want you to think about your social contribution. Your social contribution. What's going to be different because you showed up? At this stage of my life, it's about teaching and training people how to tell their story. I like to work with you, Danny. I share with people how to have the versatility and flexibility to tell their story so that you can begin, and write this down. Number one, create a reputation. When you have a reputation with your story, that will increase your ability to recruit more people. How many want to be able to recruit more people? Raise your hands, please. Good. When you know how to strategically tell your story, this will increase your ability to retain more people that you recruit. How many like to be able to retain more people? Raise your hands. Good. And there's a process. Let me share with you and how you can make that happen. There are some ways in which you can do that. We can't go deep into them. When we do our training, we do that. But I'm going to share some basic things that you can use right now. Let us say together, I want to learn right now. Very good. Now I want you to how many have children? Raise your hands. Very good. I'm going to say something to you. This is my first time saying this publicly before an audience. This is a very important moment for me. 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer and given a 2 to 3 year prognosis. I stand before you because of God's grace and mercy. And trust me, it's better to be seen than to be viewed. I can feel it, brother, up in here. All right. Write this down. September the 26th. It's going to be a new day in my life. A new day in my life. September the 26th, 9 o'clock in Chicago. 9 o'clock until 10:30, I'm going to be doing something in Chicago. It's a new day in my life, a new chapter. I'm going into ministry on that day. Yes. Yeah. And I want to make it clear, not your traditional ministry, not the traditional ministry. Most ministries about worship. Mine is about worship. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons I'm going to Chicago is because a lot of people don't know over 30 to 40 people are shot every weekend. But that's not just there, all across this country. So my goal is, write this down, I'm going to train 10,000 voices of hope, starting in Chicago. Teaching transformers how to create hope with people, teaching people hope and methods. Put down hope and methods. You have an opportunity to be a part of that as entrepreneurs. Giving people hope and methods and how they can change their lives. See, I believe that the three things that I'm going to do and why I'm going to start there and go across this country. I don't believe that God saved me from death 15 years ago just for me to help those who have get more. Last night I spoke and because of my strategic relationships, over the next 30 days, easily I'll make over $600,000 telling my story and teaching people methods and techniques how to transform their lives. But at the end of the day, it's about what kind of service did you provide? And that's why I want you to think about, what will your service be? What will your contribution be? Mine is to train people how to tell their story. Mine is to work with young people and to go into cities and teach and transform, teach people how to become transformers. And write this down. To transform the mindset. Every city is a reflection of the mindset of the people. To transform the mindset. Second thing, to expand the skill set. This is what you're doing as entrepreneurs. You're getting people to stop thinking like an employee and understand that the domestic economy is gone. This is an entrepreneur economy. You've gone from 9 to 5 to 5 until you faint. That's a different kind of mindset, am I correct? In order for you to be successful in this business and be on this first two rows, that's a different kind of mindset, am I right? How many of you know that most people are not there? Raise your hands. Okay, and it's very important that you learn how to do this. Here's the other thing. What you're doing as entrepreneurs, you're teaching people how to expand their skill set. See, the only skill they now have is that somebody telling them what time to go to work, how long they can have for lunch, what time they get off. They got to come and ask for permission to go on vacation. Do you ask people for permission to go on vacation? No. They got so many. I remember I was working, they had an unmitigated goal tell me, oh, you got 6 sick days. 6 sick days? Like my body know what you're talking about right now. See, in order for people to make it in the new economy, they've got to their skill set. I need another microphone. This mic is up. They need another skill set. Am I correct? Does that make sense? The skill set they have right now, where somebody's been telling them what to do, this is a different kind of thing. You've got to be self-motivated. You've got to be self-driven. You've got to reinvent yourself. In order to be successful in this business, you got to die to who you are now to give birth to who you must become. Am I making sense with you on this? This is a brand new day. So you have an opportunity, and I invite you to join me and how you can begin to use your story. How many of you gone through some things that has value for people? Raise your hands, please. How many of you like me for a long... Testing. Thank you very much. How many of you, like me, for a long period of my life, been temporarily insane? Raise your hands, please. Okay, long period of my life, I was crazy and thought I had good sense. How many of you made a difference in somebody else's life and somebody made a difference in your life and you can tell a story that can help somebody? Raise your hands, please. Okay, now write this down. Knowledge is the new currency. Knowledge is the new currency. See, we've gone from brick and mortar to click and order. The Greatness Center that I'm starting, it's an online virtual center that we're going to be going around the country teaching people how to become transformers and giving them the tools and methods and techniques to work with our young people. How many of you have children? Raise your hands. Let me share with you what I'm going to be doing with young people. Number one, teaching these transformers how to work with young people to change their mindset. 2, teach them how to become effective communicators. 3, teach them how to dress like a prospect and not a suspect. Is there a need for that? 4, teach them the principles of OQP, only quality people, to develop relationships that's an asset to them rather than a liability. Is there a need for our young people to know that? And 5, and this is important, and this is the key, what you provide. Teach them how to begin to earn money in the new economy. What you're doing, even if a person has a felon background, even if they have a criminal background, you're giving a person an opportunity to retrain themselves to plug into the new economy. You have the answer. There are people out here looking for jobs. They don't understand the jobs that have been eliminated through technology. Case in point, when was the last time you went to the drugstore to buy some stationery, an envelope, and stamp and a ballpoint pen to write somebody a letter? We don't do that anymore. We text, we Twitter, we email. Am I correct? You're sending electronic messages now. Am I correct? When I was a kid, I used to work on an elevator boy. What floor, please? Because of technology, we lost that job. I used to be a little boy working at a bowling alley. They knocked the pins down. We would jump down and straighten the pins back up. Somebody, technology, invented a trade, eliminated our job. When I was in school, you know what the young girls would say? When I grow up, I want to be a long-distance operator. Years ago, when you made a long-distance phone call, you had to call the operator. Do you have to do that now? No. Those jobs are gone. Now, what is compounded it? Cheap labor abroad. You can get a PhD or an MBA in India for $2 an hour. The government, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republicans, they cannot and will not create jobs for you. The money's not there. Now, what you're saying to people, you must do for self. Create your own. That's what American economy is all about. Entrepreneurship. Does that make sense?